Okay, we are back, and it's kind of sad. I've done this video 4 times, and I just did the narration and realized that I didn't press the little start button. So it's time to narrate this video again. I added a Ralts to my team. Ralts is a psychic type. If you don't want to waste your time getting it, you really don't have to. You could live without it, because I'm going to be catching an Aberrator. And as you can see here, I have all these zigzagoons. Although in my first video, I pretty much made fun of them, said they were just used as an HM slave. And I was called by one of my friends, and he said some unkind things to me, and some kind things about the zigzagoon. And apparently they have something that I didn't mention, which is that they can pick up items that you can't see or pick up. It's not even those invisible items that you just click on. So what I would suggest is filling up your party with those and continuing on throughout the game. But when you get a new Pokemon that you want to add to your team, just take off a zigzagoon and fill it in for that open slot. They can pick up rare candies, restores, for revives. So it's time to take on the C-Dot. Now, my Mudkip is a high level because I killed things while searching for my Ralts. But if you don't have such a high level and the C-Dot uses Bide, it is in your best interest that you use Growl while Bide is up. It will be up for 2 turns. It'll say storing energy, and then it will attack. Now, if you don't do this, then all the damage you do to it is accumulated, then times by 2, and done to you. So it's not good. And Midget. I named this thing Midget just because it's short, and I'm just gonna use my Ralts in the first position of my team so that it gets experience, and I'm gonna switch it out for DK. We should have no problem with this Tailo. You might have a little bit of trouble with it if you started out with a Trico, but you should still be able to take it out. I don't really know what to tell you if you can't. Well, you can skip this guy entirely. That would be my suggestion. Yeah, making this video was not fun. Came back from the beach, and every time I made the video, half the video would be all screechy, and like the screen would be all jacked up, and then the other half would be completely black. So I re-downloaded this. I actually had to restart my game and completely restart it. Delete my old virtual Game Boy and then start anew. So I ran through this thing at about 1000% frame rate, and here I am. I was actually only planning for it to take another hour after the old one to the part 2 to start this one back up, but ended up being about 4 to 5 depending on how the YouTube upload goes. I'm not a happy camper. Now this guy, he'll accept your challenge. He has a lot of money. And he does. He has about 1,400 Poké Dollars. Him and his sister both. They only have a Zigzagoon, so you shouldn't have any trouble. But the same thing with his sister. I don't know how he got so many Poké Dollars. I can't understand it. I guess he's just a rich boy, and his mom and dad gave him a $2,000 allowance every day. Might I add, he also has a full restore. So, if you can, keep him out of red and or yellow, and just try to kill him. Yep, there we go. He went into red, so I know for a fact what he's gonna do next. bing, bang, boom, here comes the full restore. So this battle is going to cost me about 5,000, depending on what full restores are going at wherever he bought them, and he's still not going to win. Although another one of those critical strikes earlier, things might have went a little bit differently. Why couldn't I win? He's probably gonna go home to his mommy and go, Mommy, buy me a Mewtwo. I must defeat this Levi. Yes, that's the only solution. Here is a shroomish. So while I fight this, I'm just gonna tell you guys what's in store for you in these in this forest. You have shroomishes, of course, wurmples. You can get cascoon, kakuna, or not cascoon, silacoon, kakuna, and slakoth. Slakoth is the ralts of this area. It is extremely rare, but if you get one, it could be a nice addition to your team. I'm gonna skip that guy because he only has 6 wurmples. But so you know, they're level 3. I was just skipping him and saving your time. But the slakoth is pretty much a full normal type. So he's not going to be super effective to everything, but I don't believe he's not very effective. I don't believe he's not very effective, or things are super effective to him either. So it's a good neutral Pokemon to use. I think it'd be interesting to take him to the final 4, but I'm not going to, unless you go on my comments and start begging for me to take him to the final 4. I've always thought it'd be interesting to go into. Oh, I got completely off track. This is Team Magma. Team Magma is the Team Rocket of this game, or if you haven't played the first versions, they're basically a group of big bullies who use Pokemon as a profit. Basically, our rivaling team, to say. I mean, I don't know. They're not rivals, but you fight them like they're rivals. You could say that there's 3 rivals in this game: Wally, May, and the leader of Team Magma, because you fight them a few times in this game. But they're never too hard. They usually use fire types and Poochyena. So our water type should do very good against them later in the game. He's going to go to Westboro City, which I don't believe we'll make it there quite this round, but this round of video. But we should make it next video, because we're running out of time. I'm only going to have about a minute left here. This guy should have some very good advice. If your Pokemon are weak, you should avoid battles, stay out of the tall grass. That's new information to me. Okay, this is the real boss battle on this one, because at Nincada, I'm gonna skip this battle because it's about a 4-minute battle for me. But that Nincada doesn't hit hard. Only really uses Absorb, Harden, and Scratch. So it doesn't have any powerhouse moves. But it hardens to the point where you barely do any damage, and then absorbs all the damage you can possibly do. So it is very difficult. But I believe that's going to be all the time I have here. Next time we're going to go to Westboro City. Off screen, I'm going to go pick those berries real quick. But yeah, I hope to get my next video within the next half hour.